Good morning everyone. This is Saurabh from Quick Heal Technologies. Thank you for joining us at this webinar on online scams and frauds. The webinar will be presented by Mr. Nikhil More. Nikhil is an online marketing manager at Quick Heal Technologies Private Limited and has over 9 years of experience into digital marketing and a passion for technology, usability and photography. Nikhil is also a recognized expert in the internet marketing strategies for the antivirus industry. At Quick Heal, Nikhil is associated with the cybersecurity program, which is the company's corporate social responsibility initiative. I will now hand over the proceedings to Nikhil.
Good morning everyone. Warm welcome to everyone to today's webinar on online scams and frauds. This seems to be a very important topic because when we interact with our customers or people on the internet at large, we get to hear queries, questions from people about what are the various kinds of online scams and frauds that happen and how can we protect ourselves from these scams. There could be softwares which could help you keep safe from bad websites, from fraudulent websites. And in today's webinar we will discuss what are the different kind of scams that have evolved and people how do they fall prey or fall victims to these scams. So without any further ado, let's begin today's webinar with a very interesting topic. What are the news recently that we have seen in the last 10 days or last 15 days about the online scams that have happened? The first news that has come from the city of Hyderabad. Hyderabad-based industrialist has been tricked into parting with rupees 1.48 crores by an online fraudster after luring him with a fictitious prize money of £1,000,000 sterling. The owner of an electric transformer manufacturing industry in Kuttapalli, the victim received an email from Tata Claims Consultant. It congratulated him stating that he had selected for a Tata multi-purpose production and manufacturing company 10-star prize money. Actually, the mail sender is in no way connected to the reputed brand Tata or the company, but the name was used to mislead the industrialists to believe that it was a genuine statement or genuine claim. The victim had cleared a loan of rupees 20 lakhs 3 years ago. Somehow the cheats used that information by quoting it in an email to win the confidence, the police said. Initially, he was asked to pay rupees 5,500 for registration of the prize claim money. The unsuspecting industrialist transferred the money online and then he paid rupees 1.48 crore, which is basically 14 million, close to 14 million rupees in India, in the next fortnight as the fraudsters continued to transfer money online on different pretexts. Finally, he realized that he was taken for a ride and approached the Cyberabad cyber police sleuths who registered this cheating case. This news was covered in The Hindu. Pune police 3 men were allegedly duping 26 software engineers over rupees 1.05 crore, sorry. So it's 1 crore and 5 lakhs in an online scam offering cheap flats. The men had posted advertisements of housing schemes on several reality web portals. They offered flats at cheap rates. Police said they had rented an office for a year by paying a deposit of rupees 2 lakhs and contacted software engineers who had posted advertisements for buying flats on social media sites. According to the police, the trio, through their staff members, contacted customers and builders and lured them to their office. They showed them sample flats while keeping the builders in the dark. They told the customers that they had booked the flats before the housing schemes has been launched. The trio collected amounts upwards of rupees 5 lakhs by check in the name of a private firm and entered into a fake memorandum of understanding with the customers on a 500 rupees stamp paper. This happened between August 2014 and February 18 this year. They delayed the issue of registering the property documents for months for some pretext or other. They vacated their office and fled after February 18, switching off their cell phones. The third case comes from the city of Lucknow. The cyber cell of Lucknow police arrested two members of an online job fraud gang to which they at least 15% have fallen prey to them. The accused used to collect contact details of unemployed youth using consultation companies, including a private bank. The gang set up a web page under the name resumeforjobs.asia and circulated the link of the pages on various sites. The link required youths to click on it to know more about jobs. Two females visited the link and shared their bank details online, following which thousands of rupees were transferred from their accounts to another account. So this is how fraudsters have cheated people online, and in the forthcoming slides we will be sharing with you important pointers which you should always remember when you are interacting online and interacting with people whom you have never met in the online world. Let's move ahead. A brief background on online frauds. The use of internet services or software with the internet access to defraud victims or to otherwise take advantage of them, for example stealing of information which can even lead to identity theft, is a phenomenon that has been observed very closely in the recent past. A very common form of internet fraud is the distribution of a rogue security software. So it's basically they tell you that they're giving you a security software, but actually the software is not a genuine one. It's the one which is created with malicious intents to fraud you. The internet services can be used to present fraudulent solicitations to prospective victims, to conduct fraudulent transactions, or to even transmit proceeds of fraud or financial institutions to others connected with the scheme. Online fraud can occur in chat rooms, emails, message boards, social networks, or even on different websites. Online fraud can occur in chat, have been increased by the day. Hacking, phishing, credit card, banking fraud attempts have increased by 40% in India from 2013 to 2014. It's a government report that has revealed these facts. According to the Home Ministry statistics, more than 71,780 cyber frauds have been reported in 2013, while in 2012, 22,060 such cases were reported. This number has increased sharply in 2014 with more than 62,189 incidents of cyber frauds were reported till June only. The Indian government has set up an expert group to chalk out strategies for tackling cybercrime. The expert study group will prepare a roadmap for effectively tackling cybercrime in country and give suitable recommendations to all its facets. They would do what is required for the government to do, but at this point in time, I would like to ask today's audience an interesting question through an opinion poll. And the question that I would like to know from you is, you should be careful about unknown emails that claim to have unbelievable offers for you. Is it true? Yes. Is it false? Or is it the third simple answer could be I don't know. Should you be careful about unknown emails that claim to have unbelievable offers for you? Very recently we received an email from very reputed brands claiming that you have won some crazy amount of money. This was in millions of dollars, claiming that you've won in a lucky draw, and please send us your details so we can begin the fund transfers. The first question to my mind that came to me is, this is a fraud. So I would like to know from you answers about what does today's audience feel about. Should you be careful about unknown emails? See, when I say unknown emails, basically it's not somebody whom you are acquainted with. It's somebody who out of the blue has sent you an email. You don't know the email address, you don't know the person, but the content of the email is mind-boggling. It is surprising. It's shocking. Okay, so we have close to 70% of today's audience casted their votes. I would now be closing the opinion poll and sharing the results with you. Just give me one quick second here. All right. 91% of today's audience feels that you should be very careful about unknown emails which are sent to you, which claim to have an unbelievable offer for you. Very true, audience. This is exactly what you should be doing. Should never trust emails which are from an unknown source and which specially talks about unbelievable offers for you. What you can do is what we will discuss in the slides coming forward. I will continue with today's webinar here. So always remember, the scammers and fraudsters will often try to rush you into a decision, offering you a limited and a very attractive opportunity. If a scam exists in the real world, but it's not yet on the internet, well, a very famous website said that wait for 2 hours and it will be there. So always remember, these online frauds are somewhere replications of what happens in the real world. So if you be a little vigilant about what are the happenings in your surrounding, you will easily be able to safeguard yourselves from these bad happenings. Why is the internet a lucrative business for scammers and fraudsters? Let's check this. Internet is a huge base and it's expanding rapidly by second. Around 40% of world population has internet connection today. The number of internet users has increased tenfold from 1999 to 2013. I remember in 1999 we used to stand in queues in front of cyber cafes to learn how to write an email. The first billion was reached in 2005, the second billion in 2010, and the third billion of the world population which is getting internet savvy was in 2014. Studies suggest that more than 8 new people join the internet every second. The reason why I'm sharing this information with you is I would like to bring to your notice that these new users are unaware of the common scams and they prove to be easy target for these fraudsters and scammers. Let's see how this happens. So hidden identity is first of them. It is very easy to hide your identity and with this is what you should do. It should make it difficult for others to figure out who you are. Many of the spam email campaigns, so fake social profiles, are operated from overseas internet cafes that do not require identification for computers, making the users anonymous. Fake user accounts, photographs, incorrect location details can easily be furnished on online world. Whenever you find such kind of information which cannot be easily believed upon, it's time you should think about what needs to be done. Should you be actually acting upon such kind of identities which are hidden on the internet, and then you should take a wise decision based upon your instinct and your knowledge. Virtual actions. Every actions that need to be taken can be done from a comfort of home behind the computer screen. Like in other crime scenes like bank robbery or pickpocketing, the thief has to physically snatch the bounty. On online world, the victim unknowingly hands over the bounty to the criminals. In the cyber world, this is how it is. The knives and the pistols are replaced by keyboards and the mouse. So all you need to do is be diligent to protect yourself from these fraudsters. Now looking at why is it such a lucrative business for scammers? Very basic thing, the cost which is involved. What do you need to do such scams? An internet connection, which is an easily affordable thing, an email which is almost free if you use the common emails, social profiles to be created, again those are free, and maintaining websites. These actually do not cost a lot of money. So cost, relatively low cost, is something is an added advantage for people who are scammers and fraudsters to set up a trap for the praise, and this is how they make their own money. This brings to an interesting question. Reporting, let me bring up that question for you. Okay, so the question that I would like to ask you is, reporting a phishing or a fraudulent email to the right authority is necessary. I'm sorry, the question is, the reporting a phishing or a fraud email to the right authority is not necessary. The answer A is true, B false, third don't know. I would like to repeat the question for you. Mind you people, this is a tricky question. Reporting a phishing or a fraud email to the right authority is not necessary. We have about 50% of today's audience casted their votes. I would give them another 10-15 seconds to complete their voting cycle before I close the opinion poll and share the results for it. It's a very interesting fact about what do bad guys do on the internet, and how do the sleuths and the law enforcement authorities act upon them, if informed. So I think we have almost 75% of today's audience casted their vote. So I will close the opinion poll now and share the results with you. So the result says 75% of today's audience feels that false. It is not necessary. No, it's not that way. People who have voted false are accurate. Exactly this is what you should do. If you receive an email which you think is a fraud email, just contact your local law enforcement authorities and tell them about this is what an email that is received. It could be a probable case where your helping to these law enforcement authorities could reveal that such kind of frauds are on the live, are on the go, and they might be able to take the right steps to stop them. Let's move ahead. Some popular online scams we'd like to see. Now, popular online scams are fake ads on online classifieds or auction websites. Very prominent scam that is going on at the moment, which is WhatsApp calling invitation scam, LinkedIn phishing email scam, work from home scam, the famous Nigerian fraud, and the online romance scams. Let's see one after the other. Fake ads on online classifieds or auction websites. I'm sure everyone might have used auction websites where you see offers. Basically, if you want to sell or buy something which is used goods or which is new goods, so you put an ad on the auction website or on these classified sites, and where your buyers contact you and the transaction happens that way. But this is not the case always. This rather innovative trick does not involve the usage of advanced technology or devices. On the other hand, it uses a simple trick of posting fake ads on online classified or auction sites. The scammers seem to attract attention by posting high value goods like luxury cars from recognized brands, which are world famous brands, and other brands which are at an unbelievable low price. When they receive inquiries for these fake ads, they then proceed to demand some form of processing payment in a smooth way that would easily fool most of people. When we sent an inquiry, we received a seemingly convincing email saying that the car in question is stuck in a warehouse and the seller has been immediately transferred to another country. So the car is a brand new car and has no registered owner. In order to complete the deal, we have to first get the car registered in our name, which will require a sum of money, which was in some lakhs. Scammers are also known to outsource this job of money collection to local money mules, and this enables them to stay out of reach of law enforcement agencies. It has also been found that once the initial registration money has been paid, the fake sellers or scammers stop responding to all emails and calls. Let's move ahead. WhatsApp calling invitation scam. Mind you, this is a very important thing that I should tell to today's audience. WhatsApp invitation scam is something which is on the go at the moment, and if you receive the message that you currently see on your screen which says, hey, I'm inviting you to try WhatsApp calling, click here to activate now. If you receive such kind of messages on WhatsApp, please do not act upon them. So WhatsApp calling invitation scam, let's discuss about this in a little brief. One of the trending news on the internet is the newest feature of WhatsApp that allows voice calls over mobile data or Wi-Fi. Since only a few users have this facility, a large number of people would want this facility on their phone. And unaware of how the feature works or how the entire functionality of calling over WhatsApp works, scammers use this lack of knowledge of these users of WhatsApp to their advantage. The excitement gets overexciting, and WhatsApp calling feature is humongous across the world. And people then send these kind of messages where they send invites. Now, what happens when you click on these links is it takes you to a user. It takes you to a page where you have to invite 10 other friends from your messages. So this is the way your friends will receive the same message from, and this time it will be from you. This is a way of making the message viral, and also your friends will easily trust you because it has come from you. Once the invitation is done, inviting users, then there is a continue button that gets enabled. Clicking on it takes to a page where you are asked to complete a survey. So once you take the survey, clicking on the given button redirects them to a page which asks them to download an app as shown. If you proceed further and download the app as asked, they won't be getting the WhatsApp calling feature. However, by following all the steps mentioned above, you will have only helped the scammers earn money. Furthermore, these apps may be malicious and may harm your device once they are installed. Precautions that you can take: if you come across such invitation, hey, I'm inviting you to try WhatsApp calling, click here to activate now, please do not click on this link and respond to it. It is also important that you avoid forwarding this to your friends and advise the sender not to circulate the same from whom you have received it. This brings us to an interesting question here. I would like to bring up that question for you. If someone from your bank asks you for your login ID and password, you should report the incidents to your bank immediately, ignore the caller, or give away your login ID and password. I would like to know from today's audience. This is a very common phenomenon and a very relevant happening these days. We have observed a lot of people telling us about fraudsters or people inquiring about their credit card number, their bank login details, the username, password, the CVV details about your credit card, details about your debit card, details about your internet banking, email address, everything. A lot of people do have this question saying that if I receive this call, what should we do? I would give the answer, but before that I would like to know from today's audience as to what would you do if somebody asks you your username and password to your bank account and the person says that he's come from the bank. We have almost 60% of today's audience casted their vote, so I would now close the opinion poll and share those results with you. Report the incidents to a bank immediately. 87% of today's audience feels this is the action that should be taken, and you are correct. We have also repeated this time and again, and also we have observed banks broadcasting this message to their customers saying that a bank will never ask you for your login details or your credit card numbers or anything over a phone. If you come across a call from your bank saying that, hey, generally it's an email or a phone caller who says that we've seen an unusual activity on your account and we would like you to verify the authenticity of it. And that's how they ask you for this information. If you've come across this, just walk into your bank, walk into your bank, ask the bank, hey, this is such an email that I've received, or I have received a call from your office saying that, hey, this is the information you need from you. Can you tell me the reason why you need this information? And I'm sure the bank would come back to you and say, sir, this is a fraud call. You should have good that you did not act upon it, but you came to us. This is exactly you should be doing. Don't ignore just the caller, because ignoring the caller, if the bank needs to be notified about such and such activity happening on them, so they can take the further steps to ensure that other customers of the same bank are protected. And the third option, which nobody has answered as a valid option, giving away your login and ID and passwords, exactly, you should never do that. So audience, pat your back. This is exactly what you should be doing. Let's move ahead with today's webinar. Very important phishing email scam that we have observed in the past, which was the LinkedIn phishing email scam. Now, LinkedIn is a popular business-oriented social networking service. LinkedIn are apparently, people on LinkedIn are apparently receiving emails that seem to be coming from the LinkedIn support team. In these emails, the recipient is informed about irregular activities in their account, because of which a compulsory security update is required. To do so, the user is advised to download an HTML file attached in the email. Now, if you click on the HTML file, it will redirect you, to download a program. So you can see on the screen, this is the kind of an email that is received by a lot of people on LinkedIn. These emails are fake, and it's a part of a pretty old email phishing scam. If you click on the HTML file, it will redirect you to a fake website that looks like the actual LinkedIn site. It will have the login page, which will have the login details for you. If you give if you put your login information there, it is transmitted directly to the attacker, who will then hijack your account. So please be aware of such kind of frauds. The other scam, which is also on the go at the moment, and a lot of people have raised their eyebrows about such scams, work from home scam. So if you have come across these kind of, we have shared with you a picture of work from home ads that come on social networking sites. Work from home scam are mostly linked to people who are unemployed and look for jobs that can be carried out from the comfort of the house. Such job promises attractive salary and purport better work life. With internet reaching to every nook and corner of the world, scammers do not have to sweat to lure people into such scams. The main method that scammers use to execute such scams is to include social media posts, spam emails, advertisements, and even notice boards. Such scams may advertise different jobs so they attract people from different backgrounds. We come across work from home advertisement offering an easy job of selling products to online warehouse websites. To do this job, you have to register on a page, and to complete the registration you need to pay a sum of rupees 4,000 for that as a registration fee. This obviously is a scam. So if you come across such scams, please do not act upon it. Do not believe in them. The most famous Nigerian fraud. So what is this Nigerian fraud? If you could read the email that is there on your screen right now, I'll tell you what the inscripts of the email are, or what the Nigerian scam is. This is also called the 419 fraud, or the Nigerian bank scam, or the Nigerian money transfer. These kind of emails started floating in 1992. Uh, the victims globally have lost close to 12.7 billion US dollars to this Nigerian scam. And Nigerian scam have increased, they have seen a rise in these frauds or these scams by 7% compared to the last years. India is also amongst the top countries who have the most number of victims in the Nigerian scam. The amount of money lost by Indians in this Nigerian fraud scam is close to 870 million US dollars year after year. In a typical Nigerian scam, the victim receives the email that is shown on your screen. The victim is assured to gift unbelievable large sum of money. So if you see your screen here, the amount that is mentioned here is 47,500,000 US dollars. It's a huge sum of money. Anybody would be excited to read such kind of emails, but you should always ask yourself a question: what have you done to receive such sum of money? It can't be just sheer luck where somebody received this. This is the way the fraudsters attack the psyche of a person and then gain their trust. So the ultimate goal of these victims is, after you've received this email and you respond to them, what they would do is, if the victim agrees to the deal, the other side offers or sends them one or more of false documents. Now these documents are bearing official government stamps and seals. Eventually you must provide upfront or advance fees for various taxes, attorney fees, transaction fees, bribes, one or the other. And these cause a delay. After you've paid one sum, it will cause a delay, and then there will be more requests to it. This is what happens where victims are paying and paying and paying, and nothing happens of that. And end of the day, what happens is you have lost all the money, and the fraudsters have taken all the money and have a successful scam there. The next is the online romance scams. Now, dating and romance scams try to lower your defenses by appealing to your romantic or compassionate side. They play on your emotional triggers to get you to provide money, gifts for personal details. Scammers target victims by creating fake profiles on legitimate internet dating sites, social media sites, etc. Once victims are in contact with the scammer, they will express strong emotions for you in a relatively short period of time and will suggest you to move the relationship away from the website to phone, email, or instant messaging. To gain the victim's trust, the scammers must go to great extents, such as sharing personal information, even giving gifts. Scammers often take months or years to build what seems to be an authentic relationship. Once the trust is built, the scammers ask victims for money for various reasons, such as an ill family member, repaying of debt or loan, setting up a business, or even ask for a business loan. Needless to say, scammers vanish when they get what they're seeking, the money. In addition to financial losses, victims may also suffer from depression or other mental issues. This brings me to the last opinion poll of today's webinar. If you come across a strange or weird news on Facebook, what should you do? The answer is share, like, or comment on the post without verifying the same, or verify the news first from official news sources. What should you do if you come across a strange or a weird news on Facebook? We would like to know from today's audience about what needs to be done. We have about 50% of today's audience casted their vote. I would give another 10 seconds before you finish today's opinion poll, and then I will share the results with you for the opinion poll. Very important, social media sites, the way you use it impacts a lot of things. So when you be on social media, you are responsible for your actions. I would now close the opinion poll for you and share the results. 98% people of today's audience feel that you should verify the news first from official news sources. Exactly, this is what should be done for all the news or things that you see on social media sites. You share it responsibly. I would now proceed with today's webinar. Some actions or reactions against online scams. What are the do's or don'ts? So never give out your name, your address, your phone number, your birthday, your school name, or any other personal identifiable information to anyone. Every time you give away such information, you end up compromising your personal privacy. Never give out passwords to anyone. Passwords are very important. First thing is passwords need to be very strong. Don't use passwords which can be guessed easily. Your password should be a combination of characters in upper and lower case, special characters, numbers, and your password should be long enough. So basically all of this means that your password should be strong enough so that nobody should be able to crack it. Don't write down your password on a piece of paper, or don't save it at unsecured locations. If you want, what you can use is web-based solutions for password management, which will keep your password safe under a login. Always check your credit card statements for discrepancy. If you find any activity in your credit card statement which you don't think is something that you have done, just make sure that you alert your banking authority or your financial institution about the happenings on your account. Block or immediately change your banking password pins if you observe any doubtful transactions. To go further beyond, it is always a good practice to change your passwords and keep a strong password and keep it changing on regular intervals. Report discrepancies on your accounts to your bank immediately, because this will not only help you recover possible chances of recovering your own money, but it will also safeguard or give intimations to the bank about safeguarding other customers' money. Contact the cybercrime cell if you have one in your city, or your local law enforcement authorities for any questions or situations that you might have come across when doing these transactions online. How can Quick Heal help you in securing against these online frauds and scams? So we have lately introduced a safe banking feature. This feature is designed to protect your online banking activities from fraudulent websites and malicious programs that steal financial information. This antivirus feature provides you with safe desktop sessions where your financial transactions on banking portals, shopping and other e-commerce sites stay private and hidden from hackers. You can launch Safe Banking by clicking its shortcut on your desktop. You'll be taken to a private session where you can shop and bank online safely. Web security. Real-time cloud-based security restricts your access to malware-infected, fraudulent and phishing sites, prevents threats transferred through websites hosting malicious codes as you surf the internet. Browsing protection protects your desktop and laptop from malicious online threats. The anti-phishing automatically scans web pages as you surf the internet for fraudulent activity to protect you against any phishing attack. Zero-day protection protects your system from zero-day threats which presently do not have a solution. Browser Sandbox. I mentioned about this even earlier in the webinar. Browsing is in a secure interface is the main role of Browsing Sandbox. Running your web browser in a sandbox browser gives you uninterrupted and secure browsing experience. It provides internet security by acting like a screen between your PC's operating system and malicious threats on the internet. Email security. QuickHeal Total Security gives you cloud-based email security that prevents spam and phishing and infected emails from reaching your inbox. Anti-spam blocks spam, phishing, junk, and other unwanted mails from reaching your inbox. It uses live cloud-based protection to check suspicious files, restricting malware before it reaches your inbox. And an important announcement, QuickHeal is currently running the QuickHeal Kharido Gaadi Jeeto contest, in which you buy a QuickHeal product and you can win an assured gift and also a chance to drive home a Ford EcoSport SUV. It's easy for you to participate in this contest. You have to buy a QuickHeal product, activate the product and register on the contest page, which is www.quickheal.co.in/contest. This brings us to the end of today's session. If you have any questions, please write to us at corporatecommunications@quickheal.co.in. You can also follow our Facebook channel. The address is facebook.com/quickhealav. You can also follow us on our Twitter handle, which is twitter.com/quickheal. Our Google Plus page, if you would like to follow it, is bit.ly/quickheal Google Plus. The YouTube channel on which you would see the recording of today's webinar, the YouTube channel name is youtube.com/quickheal. You will also be able to see this presentation. We will be hosting the presentation on slideshare.net/quickhealppts. To know more about QuickHeal products, please visit www.quickheal.com. To know more about the news or the happenings events on the security front, please visit blogs.quickheal.com. Thank you very much for being with me on today's